Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is Frank the Vamp, and tonight I have an awesome treat for you. And this time it's the first installment of the Director series. This is some videos that are going to feature just prominent, outstanding directors that I think, and not just me, but they have been world acclaimed. Of course, I'm gonna focus on foreign directors because I'm a foreign horror, and of course foreign horror directors most of the time. But of course, there will be some Americans as well, and the sometimes I'm gonna be doing some of the some directors that actually do not direct horror, but they're just so outstanding that I admire. And because in the month of October, which is going to be horror month, we are just going to do horror directors, horror related directors. And but being this the first installment and being one of the guys that I admire the most, I just wanted to kick the series off with a wonderful, wonderful director that I have admired for many, many years, and I'm incredibly fond of, and that's Mr. Guy Ritchie. Mr. Guy Ritchie to me is I don't know, he's such a fine, fine director from the UK. I mean, everything that comes out, well, almost everything, it's really wonderful. The guy can do no wrong in my eyes except probably Madonna. Besides that, he's done great. If you would have just stay away from that one little mistake. But anyways, I digress. Let's go on and talk about this guy. We're gonna talk about, uh, you know, basically his directing style. What makes him unique, and we're gonna talk about three of his films that I think that really illustrate my point of how great this guy is. And we're gonna begin with his first impact work that I got to see, and it's Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I believe that's the name. Yeah, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. That's correct. And this was made on 1998, and brought to life the careers of some great, great actors now. This is Jason Statham, and another one will be Vinnie Jones, which I'm really fond of. But let's talk about why his style and the way that I think why Mr. Ritchie is just an awesome guy. Uh, well, first of all, this movie it takes his style. It's just very brutal. I mean, he's unapologetic. He's to the point. Sometimes he's gory, but he always has a point. Sometimes he's always hammers you. Like it's his style is so of the criminal world, and how it works is so stylish. Like you see the guys, like I felt watching this film like I was reading a graphic novel, a highly styled comic book, because sometimes his violence is so over the top that it's just funny. It brings laughter, but sometimes it's just brutal and it makes you cringe, and you just go like, um, it's just something that he just so good at. And the way that he uses music, and the way that the people he hires to score the films, and just this, it's everything just combines. I mean, he reminds me a lot of another director which I admire incredibly much, which is Quentin Tarantino. And he has his own different style, but there's some things that the way that his impacts you, like it just leaves you saying, man, I want more. I want to keep watching these movies. You just wish he made more. And Mr. Richard takes his time and makes great movies. And Lockstock, It's an awesome movie. It's about a guy, some friends that are trying to get out of the bad times and make it into the big time, and then they schedule this poker game with this game shark type of dude. This loan shark. I'm sorry, loan shark type of dude that he lends you money, but he charges you an incredible amount of interest, and he's really really has the gangsters to is brutal and ruthless. So if you don't pay him, you're gonna die. You're gonna pay dearly, and it's just so freaking awesome. The way that the guys get set up, and the loan shark cheats on the game, and they're stuck to pay the money. So they devise a plan, to actually get the money to pay the guy back, and the stories that he makes are so intricate that you definitely, if you haven't seen Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, I definitely recommend it. A couple of things that I wanna talk about this film really quickly is just that um, Vinnie Jones, man, Vinnie Jones is he highly develops his sense of brutality. Uh, you know, one of my favorite lines is when he says, "You cheeky bastard," when he's truly offended that somebody would try to cheat him, and Vinnie Jones plays this guy who is kind of a hitman type of deal, and is trying to recover, you know, some of the money from the guys, and the way that when one guy tries to harm him, and his son, which by the way he's trying to teach a child the ways of criminal life ever since and it's so funny that he disciplines his child when his child swears, and it brings to me it's just out of the blue. I have this idea that there's this dumb movie that has nothing to do with this. It's called Eurotrip, and one of the lines is that when one American guy goes into a British pub, and at the pub is a pub with some soccer hooligans from the Manchester United soccer team, and their language of course is quite coarse, and when two of them are having a conversation, the American is just watching, and he doesn't understand all the swearing that's going on, and he goes, "Wow, you guys like into another level of swearing, aren't you?" and that just so funny to me, and that's why Guy Ritchie is. He's the way his dialogues are so rich, so awesome. Two things I want to mention about this film. It's just that part where um, you know Vinnie Jones gets tried to gets robbed at gunpoint, and then crashes the car intentionally to try to punish his assailant, and the guy gets sort of knocked unconscious or something like that, and then he takes revenge by grabbing him, putting his head at the door of the car, and just repeatedly smashing it, saying since nobody's been so rude to my kid or myself ever, and with anger he just completely obliterates the guy, and that's just so shocking, but it is so rewarding. At the climax with the Sword of the Greek music playing, it's so over the top, so awesome, and it just watch this film is beautiful. The next film I wanted to talk about with Mr. Ritchie, it's it's Snatch. Now Snatch is a little bit different. Also stars Jason Statham, but this time in a more prominent role. In the other, he kind of played like sort of like a goof, kind of comic relief. In this time, he plays really the main guy, and it's two guys that get in trouble, with another guy that he's a quite violent guy, and he truly He basically fixes. He's a illegal, fight promoter, and he wants Brad Pitt, playing one of the main characters, to throw a fight, um, and the and basically includes a great cast of characters, including Benicio del Toro, Dennis Farina, Vinnie Jones, Brad Pitt, Jason Statham, of course, and the movie is just truly fantastic, and it involves. I mean, the plot is just amazing. It involves the theft of diamonds, and people trying to steal from the people you stole. I mean, it's just so beautiful. I want to do reviews on all these films, and I want you guys, if you guys want to, do this, because I don't want to really spoil anything about this film because it's so fantastic. I actually love Snatch so much, and I own the movie. I've seen it a million times. Really, um, one of the things that I really like about Snatch is is two things. One of the loan sharks. I mean, the fight promoter, the dirty fight promoter. His name escapes me right now. Let me see if I can actually come on. I think it's Alan Forrest Breaktop. I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this guy, I mean, he's so ruthless, and then makes a statement about having a pig farm, and because that's the way he gets rid of the bodies. He actually feeds them to the pigs, and he makes a threatening statement that makes a lot of sense. And you know, um, basically for the, for I wanted to say for this, because it's so awesome. The director series that we're gonna break it up into two videos. So just so you know, this is part one. I usually don't do this, but I try to make my videos quicker. But I think it's just worth talking about. So the other thing that I want to mention about Snatch is Guy Ritchie was, some people in America were really commenting and disliking the fact that the British accents were too hard to understand, and basically the movie needed subtitles to understand, and I thought that was so dumb, because they clearly speak awesomely. If anything, it's us the Americans who don't grasp the English language very well. So I truly respect, the British language is so beautiful, and the way the British speak, it's just awesome. But anyways, the way that he kicks like the British says, he kicks the guys in the buttocks. He kicks all the critics in the bollocks, because he makes Brad Pitt speak with an accent that's so incomprehensible, you know, because he's supposed to play a gypsy, you see, and this gypsy, doesn't quite, it's a combination of English and, whatever language that she speaks, being in any of the other languages that the gypsies speak, and it's truly, sometimes you just can't understand it, and makes some of the characters that speak incredibly, you know, incomprehensible. So this is where I'm going to end part one. I'm going to continue talking about Snatch and then one other film. Uh, so thank you so much for watching this video. I truly enjoy Guy Ritchie, and I wish that he makes more work, more movies, and stay tuned for part two. Take it easy. Take care. Be blessed. See you part two.